Good morning, everyone. My name is Platinum Aurora, the octave of current reigning king of Egypt for 30,000 years. Although I love the amenities of the king, such as my golden headdress, og scepter, and the numerous amount of on coins I have at my disposal. But with all that being said, simplicity is what I crave, and if you are simplicity, then welcome to the royal table. So, Dislyte has released a brand new patch notes for an update called 3.4.46. And this update, well, has a new esper, Brynn, which was Brynn Valkyrie, which was a 3-star rare esper, and now she is a 5-star meta. So we're going to go through her patch notes, her abilities, and new events that are coming during that time. But like other before, we are going to start with her history. Sorry for history and who this deity is. So with that being said, please choose a seat and let's at the royal table and let's begin this royal meeting. Now close your eyes and imagine this. You are a fearsome warrior bleeding out on a brutal blood-soaked battlefield. You've been holding your ground for hours, fighting through so many of your foes with a fatal wound. Now that all your enemies are done for and your allies are also dead, you fall to the ground knowing that yes, you fought your bravest. And the darkness starts to close in. But then you look up and through the smoke of the clouds, you see a woman. You see her, so magnificent, wielding a spear and a shield, riding on a great steed. She looks at you, and of course, she wonders if you will be brought to paradise with Odin in Valhalla or condemned to an eternal damnation in Helheim. But the only way to figure this out is who she is, what she is, and why this woman is associated with death and all. Now we know in Greek mythology we have we have Thanatos. Egyptian mythology we have Anubis. Also in others we have Baron Samedi, and also you have Izanami in Japanese folklore. But this woman literally different. So let's begin. In Norse mythology, a Valkyrie is a female figure who chooses who lives and dies in battle and guides half of the slain heroes to the god Odin's great hall known as Valhalla, and the other half go to the goddess Frasia's field known as Falkner. Her role is known as chooser of the slain. The word Valkyrie means chosen of the slain in Old Norse. In Valhalla, they serve mead to the dead warriors, known as Einherjar, while they train for the end of the world known as Ragnarok. They are often depicted riding swift horses across the sky, wearing armor and carrying spears, shields, or helmets. Of course, they can shapeshift. In various myths and sages, they are connected to swans, ravens, or wolves, and sometimes appear as mortal royal women or lovers to heroes. So she always come down to determine who goes here and who goes where. That's why he's saying in battle you have to battle until your last breath, until the last enemy falls. If you don't, then you get sent to Helheim or for Vanir. So imagine a woman like this coming down as you're about to breathe your last and looking at you and deciding, should I? Just like Anubis and Thanatos, she's also known as a guide. She would guide the dead to the afterlife, and of course, the judgment will begin there. Valkyries are attested in the Poetic Edda, a book of poems compiled in the 13th century from early traditional sources. So you can find in the Poetic Edda, she's also can find in Old Norse Valkyria. I hope I pronounced that right. So yeah, in Greek myth you would see these women or these kind of people. But it's strange to me though. So now that we have an understanding of who they are, let's get into the patch notes to see what Dislyte has in store for us. Okay, so during that time on September 1st, 2026, from 7 to 9, 7 o'clock to 9:30, this side will be offline. So you'll be able to update the game, but you won't be able to get it. And of course, 200 Nexus crystals and 100 Nexus crystals will be compensated. So the new esper is known as Brynn, Meta Valkyrie. She's now a 5-star win esper. Brynn is a fighter who builds cadence stacks to unleash heavy AoE damage. Ability 1 Waylay. Attacks one enemy 1 times X times. The first attack prioritizes the opposing target. For every 5 stacks of cadence carried, performs one additional attack, prioritizing enemies not yet hit by this ability. Passive effect. After casting a non-basic ability, launches a pursuit attack with this ability. Can only trigger once per active turn. Cadence undispellable. Hypes up the atmosphere. Stackable with a limit. The effect won't be removed upon death. Ability 2 Armor Army Breaker. Deals damage to all enemies based on attack. Passive effect. When the enemy takes damage from a non-ability source, immediately cast this ability. Can only trigger once per active turn. Ascension. Attacks all enemies dealing damage based on their attack. If the target is affected by any DOT effects, including poison, bleed, or echo scan, the damage dealt ignores part of the target's defense. Passive effects. When the enemy takes damage from a non-ability source, immediately cast this ability only once per turn. Ability 3 Spiritborn. Attacks all enemies 3 times. Each teammate carries cadence, performs one additional attack that inflicts 2 damage, up to 3 additional attacks. The abilities The ability's final damage is increased based on the total of cadence on allies. Passive effect: after inflicting on a non-active turn, gains one stack of cadence. At the start of combat, gains one stack of renegade. If the position one, if in a position 1 or 4, also gains one stack of renegade whenever an ally reaches the maximum number of cadence stacks. Renegade undispellable. Each stack increases speed and attack. When taking lethal damage, negates death and restores HP to a certain percentage of max HP. This effect can carry a number of time equal to the stats of Renegade gained during the battle. Renegade won't be removed upon death. Well, you know what they say. She's a Valkyrie. Now time for resistance. R1. Fire Still. Base attack, base defense, and base HP increases. The effect increases with each resident phase that non-meta Brynn has activated. R2. Spiritborn Morph 1. New effect. Spiritborn at the start of combat gains cadence stats. R3. As always, basic attack, defense, and HP increased by 15. R4. New effect, Spiritborn. When gaining cadence, applies cadence to all teammates. R5. Attack, defense, and HP increases by 20. R6. Spiritborn Morph 3. New effect. Spiritborn for every one stack of cadence among allies. All allies' abilities deal increased final damage. Okay, now that we have that, the theme show Doom the Horizon, Perilous Heights, and of course starts September 1st, post update to September 22nd. Let's see. So the event is just the same way as others. You'll also be able to get loyalty chests, and of course, what's in the experts inside are the same. Lushang, Eugene, Baital, Zuhong, Elaine, Badran, Hilda, Javid, and Fumitsuki. Whichever one you want to max out, unless you already have Lushang, Badran, Hilda, and Javid. I don't know if I should go for Elaine, but we'll see. Okay, and as usual, day new event story for second spring added. I wonder. Spirit Pact. So collect keepsakes to get Brynn, Meta Valkyrie. As always. New events, limited time echo event time. So phase 1, Andreas and Liam. I'll go for Liam. Let's see. Phase 2, Ivana and Hilda. I already have Hilda max resonate, so I don't need to worry about her. Phase 3, Lu Shang and Ife. I already have Lu Shang max resonated as well as Ife, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'll go for Liam. And as usual, every legendary esper gives you 20 wish stones. Every epic esper gives you 1 wish stones. They'll add swift space for Brynn Meta Valkyrie, and of course Cheng Ji and Wu Yu. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, let's see who Brynn is in the Dislyte universe. right, so here is Brynn, Valkyrie. Let's see, a three-star rare esper.
We're not leaving anyone behind.
Just suppose as the Pro Zeta esper.
Ready to go. We're here to do one thing, and that's to win.
And of course, I'm hoping
We're
with
not
this
leaving
the
anyone behind.
Organize that afternoon. Shiny!
well, guys, this is all and it for the stream on Dislyte's new patch notes for update 3.4.46. I hope you'll get method Valkyrie Brynn. I don't know if I have the bigger for 2-star, but we'll see about that. And of course, as always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share the video with others to hit dislike, and comment if you have gotten other methods, including method Dalen, and of course the new Umber Esper, which is her. And of course, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. You know that big red button, subscribe button. Yeah, hit that. And of course, hit the notification bell to get notified on videos and stream and do or post. So, with that being said, I am Captain Aurora, the Octo, and of course, I'll see you all again and again. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever